deforestation rate in Ethiopia varies from some degrees, sometimes within one area, especially within high natural forest area, it ranges from 4 to 10%. And the problem is there is a fire, there is an agricultural land expansion, and sometimes we face new settlement, and sometimes we face land use land cover change, and this is some of the problem. This directly connected with the status of the livelihood of the local people around the forest.
Right. Presumably you have schemes, you have projects to discourage, to stop people from burning forested land. What are the difficulties in trying to get that message across? Are they listening to the message? Is it because they're very poor and they don't have any alternative? Or is it the case of education? What are the difficulties?
We are trying to organize the people around and inside the forest using participatory forest management. They should get alternative resource to depend on. And the problem is some of them are very poor. They're very poor. They depend on the resource coming from the forest. They use the forest as a firewood for charcoal and even for burning and clearing the area to cultivate cereals such as this is actually it is just to sustain this hand-to-mouth activity. So we have to have some intervention just to stop or to create another livelihood scheme for them, just to harmonize with the forest, the people with the forest. They have to live together harmoniously. Otherwise, they push to the forest just for their daily life base.
And at the same time, you're trying to promote reforestation programs. What is the help that Ethiopia needs? What kind of assistance does Ethiopia need to try to implement these kind of policies, these kind of programs?
As the activity in Ethiopia to mitigate the climate change, the deforestation, we have to change the livelihood status of the people. To change their livelihood status of the people, we have to have money to support the people, to intervene with we have to intervene through developing very, very productive ways of farming with alternative energy, and the other one is just to some sources to teach the people. We have to have means of changing their living system. They are farmers, totally based on the natural forest or natural resource of the surrounding, but with improved variety of cattle, livestock, with improved variety of seeds, and with some improved way of getting energy. We can change the situation in which the people totally depend on the forest. Side by side, we can reforest the deforested area through plantation.
I mean, it sounds like the solutions, you know what the solutions are, you have the solutions to the problems. Yeah. Is it really just a case of the financing? If the financing were available, could you solve many of these problems?
as the problem is very wide, and the resource as a country we have cannot solve all the problems in our country. So we need some international financing, such as through RED, even though its procedure is some complicated and it needs very highly capacitated expertise, but we have to have such money to deal with the livelihood of the people, to sustain or just to conserve the forest, the previously existing forest. And it is possible we have lands to plant still. We can organize and change the livelihood of the people. So if Ethiopia gets additional income, additional financing internationally, it is possible to change the situation, because we are on the way to mitigate the deforestation, just to change the livelihood status of the people. Things are going on, but it is a matter of having enough resource to change the situation.